Hey, Rodney. Yeah, I've seen the weather forecast. It ain't looking good for camping this weekend, is it? No, they're saying like 4 to 6 inches of snow, so why don't we go ahead and call the camping trip for the weekend? Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll do the video by myself. What am I making? Well, you remember years ago, one of them places like Shoney's, is that they did a prime rib skillet. Yeah, you remember that, don't you? Yeah, that was good. Well, I'm thinking with some of that prime rib I got left over from Christmas, and some broccoli and some potatoes, and you know, all the stuff that they used to put on that. But instead of just a regular cheese sauce, I'm going to make a beer cheese sauce. Yeah, that does sound good, don't it? Yep, well, I think I'm going to do it. You want to say it to them? All right, go ahead.
Y'all stick around, I'm going to show you how.
For this recipe, we're going to need 3 tablespoons of olive oil, about 3 pounds of potatoes, a large onion, a couple heads of broccoli, about a container of mushrooms, about 1.5 pounds of prime rib, and about a tablespoon of Bad Byron's butt rub. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Eating Good in the Woods, the show that shows you just because you're camping doesn't mean you got to eat like a hobo. Okay. First things first, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this year is finding you very healthy and very well and very prosperous so far. That's my prayer for you guys. Anyhow, first things first, we need to take about this much potatoes. We're looking at about 3 pounds there. We're going to clean them and we're going to cut them down into little chunks. Now, Denny's, Shoney's, Village Inn, whichever one it was, I can't remember which, but the potatoes had kind of like an oven roasted feel, so we're going to cut these down to bite-sized chunks, and we're going to put them in the air fryer and get them most of the way cooked so that when we put them on the Blackstone at the campsite, all we got to do is really kind of warm them up. In the same container, we're also going to put some mushrooms that I've processed down and some onions. All that's going to get sauteed on the Blackstone at the same time. Now, I'm not going to make y'all sit through the processing of 3 pounds of potatoes. Y'all know how to cut potatoes, but this is about the size of potato you want. That ought to roast up just fine. So here they are, all processed and ready to roast in the air fryer. The next step in this is to put some olive oil on them. Oh, about 3 tablespoons or so. And then a little bit of seasoning blend. Whatever you choose to use. I'm using Bad Byron's butt rub. The link for it's right down here in the bottom of the video. But anyway, we're going to put that on there, and then we're going to give it a good shake and make sure everything gets good and incorporated. And then into the air fryer they go, 400 degrees for 20 minutes. We're going to put them in the air fryer, 400 degrees for 20 minutes, giving it a good shake about every 5 minutes. Make sure that heat gets good and distributed. While that's cooking, I'm going to process down these mushrooms and a couple of onions and put them back into the container. I'll go rinse this out here in a second. And this container will be done. It'll be ready to put it in the fridge and take camping with you. Okay, so now we've processed our onions and our mushrooms, and that's stuck aside, and as soon as the potatoes are done, we're going to put that in the thing there and stick it into the fridge and wait till camping time. But in the meantime, I've got some time to kill, so I'm going to go ahead and do the broccoli and cut the fresh broccoli into florets that'll be steamed out on the Blackstone. I'm going to fill up a container about this big. So now we got us a good looking container full of broccoli florets. But listen, pro tip, don't throw those stems away. Here's the reason. You can boil up these stems, put them in a pot with some chicken stock, a little bit of milk, some cheddar cheese in it, and then put an immersion blender in it and make a nice cream of broccoli soup out of it. Nice cheesy soup. A pro tip for you. I got about another 5 minutes till the potatoes are done, so I'm going to take my prime rib and process it down into bite-sized chunks. So here's our bag of processed prime rib ready to go on the old Blackstone. And oh, what do I see? Our potatoes are done. Let's give them a look. Take a big piece out of the air fryer, put your knife through it, see how quick it goes. Ooh, do you see how quick that went through? Look at that. Yep, them is done. Let's have a taste of one of them. We're going to let those cool for a few minutes, and then we're going to put them back in the big container there, put it in the fridge to finish cooling off, and then we'll take those to the campsite. So here we are at Camp Back Porch. They're expecting 4 to 6 inches of snow tonight here at Camp Back Porch. So we're going to get this done as quick as we can. We're going to start by steaming the broccoli. Look what Mama got me. Mrs. Eating Good in the Woods got me this for Christmas. It's particularly for sitting on the Blackstone and steaming stuff. We're going to steam our broccoli with it. All right, let's get our Blackstone good and hot. Ooh, there it goes. All right, to that we're going to put on our broccoli. Okay, the broccoli's starting to heat all on its own, just from the moisture inside the broccoli. Got this little squirt bottle of water. Get it all up underneath there. Cover it. To that we're going to add just a little Bad Byron's butt rub, because it's going to need a little salt and some flavor. Keep adding water and let it steam. Okay, it's been another few minutes. I think we're probably there. Let's try just another little tiny piece here. I'm going to take the steamer lid off, push it off to the cooler side of the Blackstone. And now on with the potatoes, the onions, and the mushrooms. Put down a little oil. Got some oil down. I'm going to put our stuff down and saute that. Alright, sprinkled on just a little more Byron's butt rub, mixed it around real quick, and cover it up as best I can and let it kind of work with its own steam. Alright, it's cooked out here for about 10-15 minutes. You can see the mushrooms are starting to shrink. The onions are starting to brown. Now would be a good time to go ahead and just mix it all back together. Oh, this is going to be hardly fit to eat. I ain't even going to kid you. Now, when everything seems to be hot again, try one of the potatoes, try a little bit of onion, all that. Make sure it's good and hot. Once that's the case, we're going to throw in our prime rib. We saved it for last because, you know, you want your prime rib to be a little on the rare side. You don't want to overcook it. So we're going to keep that stirring around. And when the prime rib is hot, it's done. Take it off, set it to the side. I'd like to remind you guys, if you ain't done so already, how about doing me a favor? If you want to see more content like this and some camping videos and whatnot, how about pushing that subscribe button, checking off the bell icon, give me a thumbs up. You have no idea how much I'd appreciate it. All right, everybody. We got us a little sample of our prime rib skillet here. We've got our cheese sauce right here. Going to put just a little on top. We're going to give it a little taste. Get some potato in there, some prime rib. Get a little mushroom on that bite. And a little broccoli. Give that a shot. That right there is hardly fit to eat. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep going until I find me a good spot. Make this one on your next camping trip, ladies and gentlemen. I swear, everybody's going to love this. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, for Eating Good in the Woods, go out there and be nice to each other. I love you. God bless. See you next time.